Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name's Mamina. If you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you thumb up this video and comment. Also, be sure to tap the little bell for all so that you can be notified whenever I'm posting brand new readings. I try to post daily. If I miss a day, I still get several videos out during the week, so there may be something here for you. Guys, this reading, let me tell you, whoo child. There was a certain kind of energy when I shuffled the cards. We're going to really get into it. But before that, this is still a general reading for the collective. So only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I have a new deck that I'm using today by my beautiful Fire Witch Tarot, who I love dearly. I have the Love Tea. You guys know I adore her. She knows I adore her. I also have some yin and yang crystals here to represent the masculine and feminine energies that are present. This is actually sent to me from my soul sister Tina, but one of the wands broke during shipment, so I had to put it in the jar. I've already cleansed the space. I'm also going to be using the abundance wand, also created by my soul sister Tina. I feel like I'm going to have to bring in some abundance or clear out some of the chakras, some of the sacral and solar plex chakras with you guys. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but I just want you to know that is the energy we have activated. We're going to hop right on into this reading. Please bear in mind, because this is reading delivering some tea, things could go left real quick. And considering the energy this reading had around it, things may very well go left. So be mindful of that. I don't necessarily think we're going to go shadow deep with this, but I do think there may be some things triggering that could come out during this reading. I'm a very honest, blunt reading. I do everything out of love, but I'm also going to keep it real with you in respect to the energies that are here and that are present. So you're responsible for your actions and reactions to these readings, be them personal or general. But we're going to get to the bottom of what's going on. Let's hop on into the first card. We have Sucker for You. Okay. For this energy, either you're being played by someone or you're doing the playing. There's an energy of tit for tat that comes in here. That's number one. Or someone is a sucker for you. Like, sucker for you has dual meanings, but in this reading, it's leading more towards somebody being played. Like, you're so busy being caught up on that person that you're letting them slide with things that in a normal setting you wouldn't let them slide with. But because you're sweet on them, you're letting them get away with it, and vice versa. That's the first thing that came out, but let's finish putting the pieces of this puzzle together. Let's get into the next card. Yep, tit for tat. We have both acting like brats. I want you to notice something with this energy. Remember I said sweet on you, right? You see how they both have candy? This is a give and take energy, but I want y'all to understand, if you're new to my channel, there is a difference between give and take versus give and receive. You see, a person can take from you and you can give, and they never actually reciprocate it. They never actually have genuine gratitude for it. So they can play you like a fiddle or play their part without actually feeling like, you know what, this individual has given me a lot. I want to give them something in return, or I want to show them how appreciative I am by maybe paying it forward, and etc. They're not open. So you're giving and giving and giving, and they're just not open to what you're giving. They'll gladly take it, but they don't have enough value in it. This is a tit for tat energy. It's like, I'm going to do something, so then you're going to do something back to me because of what I did, and vice versa. Notice how they're each passing each other a sweet here. But it's like, it's kind of like, I'm going to pass you this candy, and the moment you reach for it, I'm going to snatch it away. That's the energy that's coming in here. Tit for tat energy. You and someone else, y'all both might be sweet on each other, but there's something shaky within this energy here. There's something that's in balance. And it's a lot of games, a lot of emotions being played back and forth. This person might have been, when you first met, or you may have been when you first met, very sweet to each other. Very, I just keep getting this sense of candy. it's weird. It's like a candy vibe. Let's break it down. Drained. Yeah, this tit for tat, this back and forth that's going on here, it's draining. It drains your energy. It may drain their energy. I'm picking up two distinct stories here, but I want to get into all the cards before I break them down, because I feel like one is going to be stronger than the other. But someone's a sucker for you, so if you're playing games on them, they're just like, oh, really, I fell for this again. You know what? Fine, two can play that game. I can be tit for tat too. I can be a brat too. And then you both end up drained for it. I'm actually picking up strongly on a masculine energy that's feeling drained. We'll dive more into that. Fights, that goes right underneath the brats. That's why this is draining. Both acting like brats, feeling drained, because it always leads to fighting. This tit for tat, this having to go back and forth, this I'm a give, and the other person's just going to take without actually caring or being open towards it, and vice versa. It always leads to misunderstandings. It always leads to conflict. And it leaves the person just being like, oh, I'm freaking over it. Like, I'm just done. I'm over it. I'm just going to hide at this point, because this is freaking draining. All this damn fighting. I'm just going to go in the other room, close the door, block you out, or leave, ghost you, whatever you want to call it, because this is too much. I'm also feeling like this hiding from you, it has some ghosting energy. Whether it's you doing the ghosting because you're feeling drained, or them doing the ghosting because they're feeling drained. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Eye candy. All right. Yeah, see, I knew it. Two very distinct groups coming in here. For one group, you are dealing with a counterpart that is sweet on you. Don't get it twisted. They're attracted to you. However, when y'all both have misunderstandings, again, it's like two can play that game. You go back and forth. It leads to fighting. It doesn't matter anymore who's wrong, who's right. It's just a matter of, we're going to go back and forth because you thought you could do to me. I can do it too. It's draining. For some of you watching, you're the person that feels drained. Whether you're a feminine that operates out of their masculine energy, or whether you're the divine masculine, because I'm picking up on a divine masculine that's actually feeling like pretty drained, pretty played. There's a couple of feminists feeling that too, so take what resonates. It makes you hide away, or it makes them hide away from you. Like, you know what? Especially if in an argument you end up being right, like you make valid points, instead of just saying to you, you know what? All right, babe, I effed up. You're right. I'll take the L. No, instead they prolong it, and then they just ghost you for a while. They just hide away. Like, I can't tell that person to their face they're right. When that happens, somebody has wandering eyes. Somebody starts looking at some other sweets. Somebody starts playing around. And I feel like for someone in the collective, the playing around went a little too far. But that's the feeling I get from this card, is it's like, okay, since you want to be extra and I got to hide away from you, or since you want to hide away from me, fine. I'm going to go look and see who else wants my attention. I'm going to go look and see what other treats are out on the market, since you want to be all in your feelings and hide away from me. Or since I feel like I need to hide away from you because you're draining my energy, I'm going to just go look somewhere else. Sometimes you got to be mindful of that, because you'll go looking for something and you won't necessarily like what you find. Let's get into the next card. Want their cake and eat it too. Didn't I say some of it goes too far? Some of it goes too far. So this is what I'm seeing. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because this can also be, if you're reading this, if you're watching this rather, for your divine counterpart, this could be your divine counterpart dealing with a karmatic. That could be what this is. So, somebody likes to hide out whenever they're feeling drained. They like to ignore pretty much. When that happens, either the person they're hiding from or that individual feels underappreciated, their eyes start to wander. They start to entertain other people while still not wanting to let go of this connection that they're a sucker for, or vice versa. They don't want to necessarily let it go. So they let their eyes wander around. They may go flirt with somebody, try to be cute, try to be on point, whatever. But they still expect to be able to come right back to the relationship because why? They both act like brats, and there's a lot of tit for tat that goes on. Obviously, when the other person figures it out, they go, oh, two can play that game, boo-boo, two can play that game. And then it leads to this unhealthy cycle of both parties playing each other. But the flirting sometimes with one of those counterparts can go too far. And so somebody, if they haven't gotten caught yet, they will. They're going to get caught going too far, wanting their cake and eating it too. And I'm a person that understands why that phrase is like a pet peeve, right? Because here's how most people look at that phrase. Like, well, if the cake is mine and I decide I want to eat all the cake, then why can't I want my cake and eat it too? But what the phrase really means, you want to eat the cake and then you expect the cake to still be there after you've devoured it. Defeats the purpose of eating the cake, doesn't it? You know what I mean? That's really what it's saying, is you expect for this slice of cake that you just ate to still be here after you've eaten it. It's gone. You've devoured it. There's nothing left. It's went through your digestive system. It's probably come out the other end. It's a wrap, right? But again, there's a lot of like, I don't call that song in for this BS. I'm hearing So Into You right now. That I really like what you've done to me. I can't even explain it. I'm so into you. No. Don't trigger that song in for this. No. Because I can already tell you this is petty. This is petty energy. Somebody might be playing someone with that vibe though. If your person's dealing with a karmatic, that's how the karmatic kind of keeps them around. They keep making them think that they're sweet on them, which makes your partner a sucker for them. And then they end up in the fights and the hiding and the looking at other. I really feel like it's a divine masculine getting played here. For some, unfortunately, that's watching this, it could be you getting played by a karmatic that you might have been mistaking for your divine counterpart. But if you open your eyes and really pay attention to all the things they do, you would realize they're not, there's no like, oh, okay, this is just a challenge because of traumas and blah, blah, blah. It's like from the beginning, there was some type of falsehood. There was some type of rottenness that was going on here, and you just kept overlooking it. And now this is the cycle. So either you're dealing with a karmatic or your divine counterpart is dealing with a karmatic. Take what resonates. Let's look at that in your face. That's just rude. And didn't I tell you now mind you, there's a duality with this picture because the feminine could be the person in this position. But remember I kept saying I feel like a masculine feels played, right? It's that tit for tat game. It's like, okay, I'm a sucker for you, so I'm always forgiving, right? But then that's followed by both acting like brats because one wants to annoy the other. And the other one goes, I can play that game. It leads to feeling drained because of all the fightings. Due to that, the person wants to hide or ghost, whatever you want to call it, which makes them have wandering eyes. Now they're looking around like, all right, well, what other treats are out here? In trying to entertain another person to make either the masculine jealous or however it plays out, take what resonates for your situation, it makes this person go, oh, so you just gonna play me to my face. All right, fine. I'm gonna go do some ish too, and what? I can do it too. I can want my cake and eat it too, and what? But for someone, it goes too far because someone else is in it to score when this happens. Someone else is like, okay, since you want to play in my face and you want to act like I'm just gonna take that, then fine, I'm gonna play the game too. But when I play, I'm gonna score. Because 9 out of 10, whether it's the masculine or the feminine, they feel like this person's done more than just flirt with this individual. They might have caught them doing more than just flirting with this individual. So they're like, all right, okay, how does it feel? That payback crap. Why do I keep... I'm hearing it wasn't me now. Look, putting thoughts in my mind. I really feel like if someone's dealing with a karmatic let me word this correctly. If someone's dealing with a karmatic feminine, whether the feminine be in masculine form or a woman form, whatever, take what resonates. That person plays all these games, flirts in front of the masculine, put on a show to make them jealous. It makes the masculine probably flirt. Maybe he likes pictures on, like, eye candy. He could be on social media liking pictures on purpose because he knows this person stalks. He might, divine feminine, if you're watching and this is your masculine, he might go and like your pictures. Like, okay, well, fine. Let me go like my ex's photos, or let me go like this person I'm interested in. You can be a friend of his that he's interested in, whatever. I'm going to do something that's going to make that karmatic feminine jealous. That causes that person to go, well, fine, I'm going to just do some stuff right in front of your face. Mind games. And because of the mind games that are being played, when they go to play the game back, one of them goes too far. So somebody in the collective got a whole soap opera going on right now. But when the feminine or masculine plays this mind game, it's with the whole, but that was like, they kind of gaslight a bit. This karmatic feminine gaslights the masculine a bit, like makes him think he's crazy, and then be like, but I only love you. I only want you. I don't even understand why you made a big deal out of this. I just flirted with somebody. You're on social media liking pictures. Oh, it was just a dance. It was just this. It was just that. Why are you taking it so seriously? You're out here doing extra stuff that I'm not doing, but in reality, they're doing it too. And if this is your divine masculine, you can take this wanting their cake and eating it too, with wanting to tap into your energy and be fulfilled by you because you're their divine feminine. But at the same time, they won't let go of this karmatic that they're a sucker for. And I don't mean sucker in a nice way. Again, sometimes a sucker for you can be like, oh man, you know what? I'm just so smitten with you. You could just do about anything. You're so cute. This is more like you're getting played, bro. If you're the masculine watching this, because you're the strongest energy, I'm picking up on like several different scenarios, but I'm going to zone in on you since you want to come in here so strong and you're probably watching this masculine. Boo-boo, you're getting played. I don't see how you can't see it, but since you want to act like you boo-boo the fool, I keeps it blunt and real with you guys. I'm not being an asshole. I'm just going to say it to you the way you need to hear it. You're being boo-boo the fool because you participate in the game. They sit up here and act like, oh, I'm so sweet. I'm so innocent. I'm so cute. Looky, I just adore you. And then the moment they're trying to act like they're giving you something, they snatch it away. You keep giving them all this attention. And the moment they snatch something away and you start feeling drained, what do? They poke the bear. Poke, 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 poke. Okay, it ends up in you fighting. Then you ghost the karmatic by hiding from them, at which point you're probably texting your divine feminine. For those of you who know who your divine feminine are, you text your divine feminine like, oh, this person's getting on my nerves. Your divine feminine could be your best friend. Might be someone you haven't actually crossed those waters with. Maybe you've entertained it. Maybe you've talked about it. You might have flirted, but you haven't actually went all the way with it. You go bugging them. This person's getting on my nerves, but then you turn right back around and fall for the mind games. You go out trying to mimic them, because this is the reality of the divine masculine energy when it's in its dark space. They're in a very black and white mentality. Let's say the karmatic was playing around and it's like, okay, I just flirted with the person. Still wrong, doesn't justify anything. When the masculine gets angry, a lot of times it doesn't end with, well, I'm going to flirt with someone. It ends with, I'm going to go screw somebody so you can feel how I feel, because that's what I believe you're doing now. I believe you're out here just running with any old body. So since that's what you want to do, I'm going to do it too. I'm going to look around at some other eye candy too. I'm going to want my cake and eat it too. It's whether you went too far, whether they went too far, y'all both playing mind games with each other. This is toxic. This is toxic. You're giving yourself bad habits. And the problem is, and the divine feminine is watching, you know if this is your masculine. The problem is you'll take them bad habits and want to come knocking on the door of the divine feminine with the problem. This one's doing this to me and she did that to me and blah, blah, blah. Like you ain't grown. Like you can't figure out that this don't make no kind of sense. Look, bottom of the deck, caught. And even though this is showing a feminine, I feel like the masculine caught the karmatic first. If Because I don't lie and I don't sugarcoat, it could, karmatics be trying to get tea too. If the karmatics watching and pretending to be the divine feminine, you know you got caught. So what happened? They started lying to you. They started flirting, doing things behind your back, hush hush, because you were being hush hush behind their back. So they start hiding from you, ghosting you, ignoring you, acting cold towards you, because they had all the evidence they needed of the drama. Come on with it then. You don't get you don't get no clearer than that. Look at the bottom of the deck cards. Like, come on now. Fine, this is all drama. Somebody got to move on, because that's just the way the cookie crumbles, my love. You can't. This is not healthy. And if you're the divine masculine putting up with this, and like I said, while I am picking up on males, some of the divine feminines that resonate as masculines, or you resonate as you also have an alpha energy within you. And so you don't just, and keep in mind, because this can get exhausting sometimes with these readings, when these type of energies come in, everyone wants to argue the alpha and the omega energy. Omega is not a punk, okay? It's the enlightened. If you were to look at the energetic scale, love is 500. Everything above love is in the omega frequency. So the omega energy is not a punk. It's intuitive. It's less likely to put up with the shits. That's the point, right? When the alpha energy is in its lower vibrations, i.e. anger, aggression, frustration, jealousy, everything tuning in with this whole reading right now, when it's in that low vibration, it tends to be controlling, manipulative, narcissistic. That's what happens. And this is just how the cookie crumbles at the end of the day. Like the card said, it's how the cookie crumbles. So whichever is in the masculine position, you need to be told the way you're being told right now what's going on. You're playing in a game that you don't need to play in right now. There's lessons here that you're not learning. I feel like sometimes y'all think you must prolong the relationship. You must prolong the experience in order to learn. No. The moment this started and you started feeling drained and that person started fighting with you, playing these mind games, that was your red flag. That was okay, you gonna leave or you gonna leave? Like that's pretty much what that was. Are you gonna leave or you gonna leave? Because now y'all both lying to each other. They've lied to you, you're lying to them, and then you turn around and you lie to the divine feminine energy. Like the divine feminine doesn't know, right? Come on now. Come on, there's evidence. There's not only evidence of when that person's doing stuff to you, there's evidence whether it's spiritually or otherwise. For some of you, this is confirmation to what you already thought was going on with your person. And again, karmatics normally know not to sneak and linger around my readings. But I'm going to let you know right now, in case you decided to be on some bold, we're going to call it like we see it. You know this is all going to backfire, right? Like, you know. I'm addressing you because you know. Like, there's no mind games like this. Fighting, like some of what I'm seeing, I'm not going to go into detail. But fighting on the level of what I'm seeing, you are sitting here writing checks that your ass can't cash. Keep it up if you want to, though. Because again, you're responsible. That's what y'all forget. It's not just the divine people that are responsible. Karmatics are responsible as well. And I do not consider, based on just the definition of how these things go, I don't consider every union that a person has to learn a lesson from as a karmatic. Most of the time when I think of the word karmatic, it's always surrounded by something toxic. There are some people that are seasons. They come in your life. You go through challenges. Sometimes it's a little harsh, sometimes it's not. But all of this isn't the core of it. It's just that you two were meant to grow, help each other expand somewhere, and then you grow apart. You were meant to only go but so far in the journey together, like a season. Winter, it turns into spring, and spring turns into summer, and so on and so forth. But what starts to happen when you get in these toxic karmatic situations, whether the karmatic is the person that needs to learn the lesson or the individual dealing with them, or both, the games that go back and forth create such a negative energy. it doesn't just affect you anymore. It affects the people close to you, i.e. your divine feminine, family members, and etc. It gets out of control. The whole purpose of it, though, is for you to wake up and realize that this is all unnecessary. This is what we mean when we say sometimes y'all doing unnecessary-ish. This is unnecessary. You're playing a sucker for who? Why? Trying to sugarcoat, because that's another reason. Look at all these candy and sweet references. Sugarcoating this. Trying to act like it's not as big as it is. But I'm seeing fights that are 2 seconds from going too far. Come on now. No. We not finna sit up here and act like, no. And then the person is like, I'm literally hearing Shaggy again. But it's like it's a feminine energy saying it to a masculine. Like, it wasn't me. Like, girl, but I saw you. I saw you. Saw you in the shower. What we talking about? I heard the screamers get louder. Like, what? You gonna, oh, I'm crazy. Oh, I'm crazy. All right, then. Bet. One of y'all have a masculine that's quick to say that. All right, then. Bet. Really? Because that's a solution. Come on. All you're doing is putting yourself in a vibration that they can keep pulling you in. They can keep pulling you, whether it's through spell work, whatever it is, they'll just keep pulling you because you're playing the game with them. You're both acting like brats. Spirit is calling you out right now. So I don't feel a need to really look. When it comes to the absolutes, sugarcoating for your feelings, what is the absolute that's happening right now? Foolery. And divine feminines, somewhere you're going to have to draw a line and set boundaries. If you're dealing with a masculine that wants to call and, she did this to me and she did that. And, okay, but what did you do though? But aren't you on social media randomly? You know that this person thinks you like me because we're best friends, or you know that this person knows we were once together, whatever. You come over to my Instagram, my page is public, liking my stuff, knowing that they're going to see your name. Or you want to go hang out with me. I don't know what's going on. We're taking pictures. You're posting it to your page like, ooh, my bestie, or the only person that understands me. Yeah, y'all know who you are. And now this person gunning for me with their negative ass energy because they think that me and you doing something. And yet you still want to hold on to this sacred union. I keep telling you, divine masculines, play around if you want to. Do not think that your position is safe. Just because, yes, twin flames have missions. So when you're rude and you don't want to actually get your stuff together to properly fulfill that mission, guess what? The divine is not going to leave the feminine lost, lonely, dazed, and confused. If that happens, that's because that feminine chooses it. But there will be consequences to you pushing them to choose that option. The choice is theirs. The decision is theirs. But should you really be the person that's trying to persuade, just like this karmatic is going to get screwed over, you will get screwed over. You might get screwed out of your sacred union and be stuck in some stuff because these karmatic relationships never work, but the cycle will continue, whether it's with this karmatic or someone else. Pick your battles, my friend. Pick your battles. That's the energy coming in here with that, so I got to keep it 100 with you. Let's tap into some extra guidance for this real quick before I close it out, because this energy has me highly, irritated. Y'all don't want to see me when I'm irritated. You don't want to see me when the tone gets really calm and the higher self really channels in. It's my job to make sure that you get the proper clarity and guidance. And again, this is why I always say, only take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't be taking none of this on into your situation if it don't apply. It must apply. Come on. It's funny till it's not funny. All right, Spirit, what do we have for this collective? Attraction. Magnetic pull. You're being pulled towards your divine counterpart. If an encounter hasn't happened yet, it's gonna happen. So y'all need to, a decision has to be made here. Again, this could be for a feminine watching for their masculine. This could, it's too many. I'm not even gonna try to continue to look foolish. What did I say this whole situation was though? Are you gonna miss the true magnetic pull to your partner, the true encounter with your partner because you want to be boo boo the fool. Is that what we're doing? Like as if the words weren't bottom of the deck. Pack your bags. Pack your bags. You have a true magnetic pull towards your actual divine counterpart. So much so that an encounter is inevitable. So whether this is someone that you're dealing with or someone you will be dealing with, whatever, speaking to the whole collective at this point, this is like the definite gonna happen. The radar, the frequency, the bullseye. But being foolish will lead to a dead end. This card here, it's flexible in my readings. For this reading, it's a straight up do not be boo-boo the fool. Because you're going to miss your bullseye and end up at a dead end. Because your behind don't want to just pack your bags and bounce. And again, the masculine energy came in the strongest, so I focused on it. But there's also a divine feminine putting up with a similar scenario. Everything the masculine went through, it's like the feminine is in that position. It's just slightly different. It's a slight difference that comes in there. But either way, I want y'all to take a good long look at this card and ask yourself if you want to wake up looking like this in the morning. If you want to, this isn't foolish coming out like, be spontaneous and all that. This is foolish coming out like, bruh. This back and forth, this out to score, these mind games, they only have one direction. It don't matter which way you go within that, it's only going to lead to one direction. You have been warned. You're responsible for your actions and reactions. You're responsible for your triggers. Take that advice, leave it, whatever you want to do with it, but you'll never be able to say, well, I didn't even get a heads up. I didn't even know. Yes, you did. You were told. Let's cleanse this out. We're going to cleanse this energy out. I'm going to pull in abundance for the counterpart that's always getting called whenever this stuff goes left. We're going to pull in some abundance for you, and we're also going to pull in some healing for this divine masculine. Just because I told you off don't mean I don't love you. You know, I got loves for you, but because I got loves for you, I'm going to keep it honest. So we're going to focus in on this energy right now. The sacral chakra and the solar plex energy, grounding energy, womb space energy. We're pulling in that this divine masculine has the courage to leave this toxic situation. Any divine feminine in the same predicament has the courage to leave this toxic situation. We call in their inner strength, their higher self, their guides, their ancestors. Let them now see the signs, flow with the signs, the path of least resistance. We pull this energy in. We pull this energy in with abundance, with clarity, with clear vision. For the divine feminine that's dealing with a masculine who has a karmatic that's putting up with this situation, we pull in abundant energy for that feminine, the abundance to not be attached to this situation. See it for what it is, hear it for what it is, and then release it. There's no need to be attached to this toxic situation. You can care for your counterpart without feeling like you have to be pulled into this madness. When they're ready to leave it, should they level up to your level, you'll be open and ready to receive it. In the meantime and in between time, you release expectations. We pull this in, we pull this in, we pull this in. Sure. Alright, my loves, I'm going to leave that here. I hope that gave you some clarity and guidance. Blessings, peace, love, and light, beautiful souls.